Unfortunately, not every day can be sunny and warm. It's a rainy, cool June morning, and I'm getting tired of holding this umbrella. We're at Tom Witwicki's garden, and he's hiding out in his tomato house in the shelter. Let's go see him. Hey Tom, great to see you again.
Good to see you, Todd, again.
Love this little tomato house that you have, getting out of the rain. A lot of people have tomatoes in their gardens. You've got some great tips so that we get the best tomato.
You know, growing tomatoes is a challenge, and you need to start with what variety you want to grow. Either indeterminate, which keeps growing and need to be managed, or determinate, which stops at a certain point, easier to grow. But if you want the really good tasting tomatoes, those are all indeterminate.
Oh, we really want the good tasting tomatoes, so why don't you show us how to grow that one?
Okay.
So this is one of your trellises here.
Yeah, these are a system of strings supported from the roof of the high tunnel, and you affix the vine to the string using a tomato clip.
How do you feel about tomato cages?
I'm not a fan of tomato cages.
Oh.
It's hard to see what's going on inside the cage to prune, and the cages are rarely tall enough. Instead, I prefer a stake. You can see what's going on, and it's far easier, I think. So either a string or a stake.
Pruning's really important with tomatoes, isn't it?
It's very important because left on its own, a tomato plant produces far too much foliage, which reduces the quality and the earliness of the fruit as well.
Okay, how do you prune a tomato plant?
It's really quite simple. If the sucker is small enough, you just pinch it between your forefinger and thumb.
Okay.
If it gets to a certain size, you want to use a little clipper to clip it off to avoid damaging the plant.
Tom, we've done the pruning now. We're not done yet, right?
No, as the plant develops, there are certain things you want to do. As it sets fruit, you actually want to remove the lower leaves below the fruiting cluster because it lets in more light and air to the plant, which is very important.
Okay. And then fertilizer, do you use that at all?
I do. When I first plant, I use an organic fertilizer. But after that, I use a seaweed extract, either watering or fertilizing with a foliar spray.
And then you come up with the perfect fruit, I assume, right?
Oh, it's going to be a great harvest this year, I can tell.
I bet it is, I bet it is. Doesn't look like I'll be needing this anymore. For more of Tom's tomato tips, you go to our website, newcentermaine.com, or our mobile app, and keep your growing going on Gardening with Gutner.